Alright, now we're going to talk about if you're having trouble loading clays or if it's not dropping through the hole or anything like that. So, this roller bearing here is what pushes this slide tray back. This slide tray is what allows a clay to drop through the hole. If this piece comes loose and over time it can, eventually fly off, and we'll need to replace that. So that's one of the first things that can happen. The other thing is that possibly your arm timing has gone out of adjustment, and so that, once again, you'll have to adjust the limit switch underneath the front here. Because if this arm comes too far around, it can actually push these little plastic bristles that are on these throwers over too far, and they'll be in the way and a clay won't be able to drop through the hole cleanly. So make sure that the arm isn't simply advancing just too far. Other things, make sure that your feeder tray here is nice and level and flat and didn't fall or get banged on or bowed in, because that can also affect a clay dropping through here. So, when this arm comes around, this plunger piece goes down and the slide tray should fully move out of the way. And that way you don't see any metal to prevent that clay from dropping. If you still see metal here, what's happening is the feeder cam has gone out of adjustment. And what that is this piece right here with that bolt that's attached to the throwing arm. Let's see if I can position it so it's better to see here. So this cam here, it actually has a small groove cut into it that this bolt holds onto. And over time, if this bolt becomes loose, it will move out of adjustment, meaning that the cam does not press this roller bearing and push the slide tray back at the right time. If that happens, email us here. We have some timing instructions that will help you out there and get you back on track. If you find that the clay is throwing out and going kind of wonky or at an angle, first things first, make sure your feeder brushes are still there and in good shape. If those are missing, then it's not going to work right. Also, this rubber strip here, it's not a super soft piece of rubber, but it shouldn't have bits and chunks missing out of it, because that can stop the clay too. Or if somehow over time an edge is developed here that is catching the clay as it releases, that will also cause it to happen, or if there's burrs along here. So you can just smooth those out and that should take care of the problem.